Hello friends, I welcome you all to your channel, The Sovereign Thought. Today we have Professor P.P Mitra sir with us, who has a great academic career and who has also written various books on laws. So sir is serving as a professor in Vilvotia universities presently, and recently sir has also written a book on laws of adultery in India. So I would like to, first of all, I would like to congratulate you, sir, for your book. And sir, so as most of our viewers are those who are preparing for the LLM examination and want to pursue their career in academics. So first of all, I would like to ask you about your experience in the academics and what is your academic journey till now in the brief, sir.
Okay, thank you, Pratik, for asking me and giving the opportunity to speak with your listeners and your team. First thing is that my career in the law was very much in the process actually, till I think one of my senior colleagues told that a teacher is a student in perpetuity. So every day this teaching and learning process is going on. I joined in LLM 2003 immediately after passing the LLB. The main purpose was that our teacher used to told on those time that not is the enhancement of the knowledge, but just to means how to execute your knowledge. So if you know new thing you will learn in LLM. When you will start your master degree, no new subject you will be taught, but you will be taught with the new horizon, new version. So same jurisprudence you have to study, same constitution you have to study. Now you have to study it very extensively. Suppose right now if you see there is a common subject for the master degree course, LLM, that's what UGC, that is a law and justice in a globalized world. So this subject, always student used to tell that, sir, where we get the reference of this subject? Is there any book? Is there a particular area? But justice is throughout our course, you will find the justice everywhere, from constitution to a jurisprudence to even any statutory law also. So in that sense, when you are entering the master degree, you just not only the enhancement or the enlargement of the knowledge, you will also learn how to execute the knowledge. That is the most important thing. This law is not made for the lawyers, and you will also able to understand that these law courses, till whatever has been made in till date in our country, this is not only for the courtrooms or only for the applied field. It has only theoretical part also. It has one research part also. So whenever you are coming in the master degree, you must remember you must have something about a research ability. I always used to teach my student that you think it critically. You try to write one article on this subject. You try to write one means critical analysis on any case law. Otherwise, you will not able to understand why legal study in the master degree level first. And master degree is the one of the first stage if you want to enter in the legal academics. Journey is ahead. Whole journey is left. That is the from research to again further research. And if you see law, who is first in law, he is best in law. Every day new laws are coming, new dimensions are coming. Today we are also studying that cryptocurrency law or whatever new things are coming, that what is the artificial intelligence. Those are not in our time also. So this is the beauty of the legal study also, that you always be updated. And if you are coming to the academics, you must be very updated. As a lawyer, if you see that you have to know the latest judgment, you have to follow the precedent. At the same time, as a law teacher or a law researcher, you must have the what is the future dimension of law, what the law as it, what law ought to be also. So that's why whoever is entering, whoever is interesting in the legal means any further study or any kind of entering the academics, legal academics, hardcore academics, you must have the research ability that I want to do. And that's why if you see nowadays, UGC is continuously giving the guidelines to be very authentic in your research ethics, in your research practice, research methodology. So that's why you must have to analytical power for every law. So this is the, I think this is the journey for myself also, and every law student should face the same thing whenever you are coming from the LLB to LLM and for your further study, for the MPhil, PhD, whatever you are doing, and if you want to join the any kind of legal law education or learning teaching method.
Sir, yes. And further, if after LLM, if one wants to pursue the academic career, means he wants to be a teacher of a law. Sir, so what are the challenges that a person is going to face while entering from his, after completing his master's degree to his academics career, beginning of his academics career? Or, sir, what are the challenges you have also faced during your academic career, sir?
I think most important challenge, and I think most common challenge you will face, that is your specialization. Nowadays, students are coming for the 1-year course and they used to tell, sir, I am specialized in international law. So please give me the subject on international law. Or some teachers, immediately after joining, they used to tell, I am expert in the, suppose I am expert in IPR law. So I used to ask that what type of expertise have you got in 1 year? Or you suppose you have done some internship. Suppose you have completed your LLB with the honors in IPR or honors in your suppose in constitutional law. In previous time, it was not the system. One of our vice chancellor used to tell that we attain our specialization after the 25 years of teaching, after the 30 years of teaching, then you will become the specialized. So that is the one challenge you may face. And I have seen maximum people they have faced that you have done one kind of specialization, but you are getting the subject which is you are not interested. This is the one challenge you can get. Suppose you have done your specialization or you had your interest during the student life in the corporate law, but entire life you may not get the subject of your own choice, but you have to develop a skill on that subject. So what happened when I joined when teaching, I may tell my personal experience. Every time they used to give the subject, suppose family law. So at that time there was no specialization. In our time, just specialization was started, and I did my specialization on commercial law. Now our university it was a business law. There is no corporate law. So I was very much reluctant to take this subject. Even in your case also you will find that when you as a teacher you will get the subject which may not be of your choice, and there is no option for the administrator also. So everyone will take the corporate law, everyone will take the constitutional law, who will teach limitation law, and there is another issue may come, that is the further your this you will see the applied subject, more specifically the procedural law. That is another challenge the academician generally used to face. One of our very famous professor who was the vice chancellor of NED also, he used to tell that I know every subject except the income tax, because it is a so applied subject. So generally, when you enter the academics, when you are in hardcore research, you may face the problem of such type of applied subjects, such type of your procedural law, CRPC, CPC, limitation law, and suppose this taxation law. So generally academicians, they are not interested in these subjects to do their expertise. And this is very applied subject. And this is very practical based subject. Of course, I believe no one can teach the better evidence law than the who is practicing the law before the court of law. But in spite of that, when you are teaching this evidence law, or suppose when you are teaching the CRPC, you are teaching the CRPC for 20 years, but you cannot file one bail petition before the court of law. So that is the one of the gap nowadays academicians and the practitioners they may face. So this is the issue. This is the challenges generally, very common challenges you will face. But in spite of that, you may do your excel if you are continuous in your study, if you are continuously working, And if you are teaching in such a resemblance, that there must be a similarity with the classroom teaching and practical exposure, that is the better. If you show in your class that what is a contract form, how contracts are being filed, case law based teaching, if you are providing methodology based teaching, then on that time this gap between the practice and the theory may be removed.
Yes, sir. Sir, so as you have written many books, and recently you have written a book on laws of adultery in India. So, sir, can you please briefly tell
Yes,
about
yes.
this book? Yes.
This book is the law of adultery in India. This book has been written, published by Thomson Reuters, and I have written this book on the backdrop of this recent case, Joseph Sain versus Union of India. If you see this constitutional validity of the 497 IPC has been challenged several times since independence. If you see the many cases, Yusuf Abdul Aziz too, if you see Kalyani case, and there was a Soumitri Vishnu case, and ultimately 2018 in this Joseph Sain versus Union of India case, first time Supreme Court struck down the section 497 of the IPC. And one of the major reasons was that several judgments, several interpretations were there, several very long judgment was there. If you go through the judgment, you will realize that how the right to privacy has been used. But two issues came here, two constitutional principles they have used. One is the constitutional morality, and another is the transformative constitutionalism. So in this backdrop, this book has been written on this backdrop, that what is the constitutionality of the law of adultery. 5 chapters are there. Apart from your introduction, apart from the conclusion, if you see, there is a one from a family law standpoint. What is the adultery? If you find that every family law, every personal law, from your Muslim law to your Hindu Marriage Act to Christian Act, Christian law, everywhere you will find, even Special Marriage Act, you will find adultery is a ground of divorce. So adultery is a very important issue. Even in maintenance law also, you will find adultery is a ground for the revocation of the maintenance. Apart from that, in a IPC, in a criminal law, adultery is very much crime. Till date, it was the crime before the judgment also. It was a established crime, 150 years. It was continued as crime. Not only that, in many countries also, it is a crime. And peculiarity, if you see this law, adultery, that whether husband will be punished, whether the wife will be punished, or the wife paramour will be, partner will be punished. That's why there is no basic hard and core rule for any country. If you see USA, that several states have the several provisions regarding the punishment. So this very beginning, it is so many issues were there in the adultery. And after a thorough study of this subject, and Supreme Court recently, this recent judgment of the Supreme Court, one of the path-breaking judgment, which has declared that this 150 years law as void on the ground of its constitutional morality, because this is a subject to the change. So everything has been discussed here. This book has been written by the Justice A.K. Sikri, and afterward has been written by Professor Lakshminath also, that what is the next, what will happen, that till the case is pending, and our Attorney General has sent a message for it. And so that's why this book I have written on this background. I will wish beyond the student of law, not being the student of law, every individual should aware about the law of the nation and why adultery, this law related to adultery is important, why I am telling so. If you see maximum criminal cases, you will find that adultery is a ground for the many cases. It was found that adultery is a ground for the murder, or any kind of this extramarital affair was one of the reasons for the murder. So many issues are coming where the adultery is related. So that's why if it has been properly understood, it has been properly highlighted by this researcher, by the academicians, by the thinkers, then it may become such a problem may be removed. So just to create the awareness, just to generate some interest in the subject, My sole purpose was just to, this is a very thin book, very means nearly 200 pages book, but in spite of that, this book has given some basic idea and what was the object of this judgment and how this object will be fulfilled. It is all about this book. It is available in every bookstore as well as you can get online also.
So, thank you, sir. Sir, actually, I also want you to focus or to give some advice to the students who wants to pursue LLM, and what are your piece of advice basically to all those students who wants to pursue LLM and who are currently pursuing LLM, that what are the possible career options and what are the possible specializations after that they have.
That's why I want to say that when we joined the LLM, we had only one object, that we will go to the teaching. But master degree is not for the teaching. Again, scopes have been enhanced right now, multifold. If you see, now students are also, we are watching, students are also coming from the means judiciary, the retired student, they are coming, they are studying for the law. For what is their purpose? They are not for coming for any kind of career. So that's why if you have the gene, if you have the interest, don't come master degree only for the sake of the degree. That I want to tell. If you don't have the interest, if you don't have the interest to study hard or learning much, then don't come the master degree. Just to get the degree is nothing. So that's why wholeheartedly join this course, and options are, means there are, the sky is the limit, I will tell so. Because when in our time, when I joined master degree, I am coming from very rural background, very urban background, semi-urban background. If you see in our area, university, the master LLM, on that time there was no knowledge about LLM. What is LLM? Whether it is before the LLB or after the LLB. So, or if you see your lawyer, they were also not aware about this thing. So nowadays LLM is very common subject, and if you see too many people they are joining here. So when you are doing in mastery of law, you must have one vision that you have to acquire the knowledge very extensively. That is the thing. You only the what is law, that you have already understood. But why it is law? What law ought to be? This analytical skill you have to develop yourself, and that is possible only the extensive study. Just 1 year. Again, I am telling you 1 year course, and I don't know how long this 1 year course will be continued. Suppose right now 2 years courses are also going on. Once upon a time there was 3 years master degree course also for the evening students, evening batch student. To anyway 3 years to 2 years to 1 year, it has been reduced. People are joining to your any Western country for their some 9 months module is there, 9-month course is there for the master degree. So that course is not enough for your education. That will give you the degree. But what I am telling, this course will tell you how to study extensively, how to do research, how to think law beyond the law. So that analytical power will be increased through the master degree. If you go through the master degree, if you do the regular classes, if you see these online courses also, students are not telling that they will come regularly. Neither they are coming, then this is not possible. But at least if you don't enhance your habit, don't increase your habit to go to the library, study the book, and to go through the several new articles are coming. So you must have the command over this research-oriented study, not only just knowing the statute, not only knowing the sections or any case laws, those are not sufficient. Extensive study, and that habit will be developed through this master degree. Master degree is not everything, but master degree is the way to get everything. That I want to say. It will increase your, if you go to the write the dissertation, then it will develop your skill to how to do research. You may go for the further research. You may go for your any article writing, any project writing, any kind of course develop, a new subject you may bring also. This is the main purpose of academics, is showing the way So I think students who are interested little bit about the legal analysis, little bit about the legal research, they must do the master degree and they must think the law not only the sense of the particular statute or particular syllabus. They must think the law in a wider amplitude, and that is going on. That is the new subjects are coming, new concepts are coming.
Sir, there is another confusion among the students that when to write a research paper. So some of them think that during their graduation time that they should start writing a research paper on a law. Some thought that during the master's degree they should write a research paper. And some students are there who are still in their master's degree but have not yet written their research paper. So, what is the role of a research paper in an academic career, sir?
That I will tell from very beginning. I am telling the same thing that in research, if you see, I have written a book on research methodology also, and this is most important. I have been teaching research methodology for the master degree student as well as PhD coursework student also for the last 10 years, and I have joined several other research-based courses also. I have seen that students, they are doing the research for sake of research, as you told that they are doing the LLM for the sake of degree. So this is not the important thing that I want to tell. The research paper, you may start LLB student, they are writing so good research writing, research skill, they have developed themselves, they are writing. So there is no perfect time, perfect age. Being the student of the graduation, you may write the good thing also. And for the master degree, of course, what I want to tell, if you want to come to the academics, to research and teaching, both are important. Teaching does not mean that only to what is written in the book, just go to the textbook and you will go to the class, you will give the lecture. This is research-based lecture must be there. And that's why I told you that teacher is the student in perpetuity. So first year you have taught, so when students start any kind of nuisance in the class, I used to tell that yes, you are teaching, you are studying master degree 1 year, but I am teaching the master degree for the last 20 years. So in this way, every year I see that what they are doing. So that's why 1 year teaching, 1 year studying of the master degree will give you the avenue to how to do research. So most important thing is that you have to develop your research skill. How it will be developed? Now you have to go to the other researches. You have to thinking critically. You have to analyze the same case with the other countries' perspective. What is the international law? What is the jurisprudential status? Whatever you are thinking, whatever little subject you are studying. 1 year specialization trimester system has come. Trimester system is going on. The 3 month course will not able to teach you everything. Suppose whatever specialization you are doing, IPR to your international law, to your corporate, to your constitution, criminal, whatever, do you expect that 1 trimester will teach? But it will give you the idea that how to study, how to think differently, how to think academically. So teaching, learning, teaching and researching is a part and parcel of the higher academics. I think so. So you must have to develop your research skill, and that's why you have to study much. You have to not be limited within the statute or within the textbook. You have to, means if we tell the name of the book, student will tell, no, you don't tell the name of the book. You just tell where I get the exact. I told you that one subject is law and justice in a globalized world. I always face this problem. Students also tell me that whenever I start the class, do you have any material? So do you provide some note? So such type of problem I used to face every day, every time. That is the thing I want to tell. You don't expect that everything will be written in a concrete form. Every time systems are coming, things are coming. What was justice yesterday, that is not the justice today. What is the jurisprudence also is being developed. That's why in this country you see that good researches are not coming. If you go through all the QS report or Times report, everywhere this problem is there. Indian universities, they are not ranking higher than the other, even if you see other Asian countries also. One sine qua non of the good academic is the good research. So if you are not producing a good research here, If good researches are not coming, good books are not coming, good theories are not coming, you need not to be very good academician, but at least no one is expecting from the law student or master degree student, a young student, that you will write anything very mind blowing or very much offbeat, but at least you must have the ability to write. You must have the ability to try to write from the very beginning. Try to publish in international journal. Now everything has compulsory for the Scopus listed journal or UGC listed journal. You see, even journal also in our country, though it is expected, it's not properly listed. So you have to follow the one international standard. So that's why what your rejection will come. My paper, so many in this book has, I have got so many rejections. Why you are writing such type of book? So many explanations are needed, and they do not understand. In spite of that, you have to express your view. You have to argue for your own opinion, and ultimately you will get the success. And students, they are telling also, sir, my letter has been selected, my writing has been selected. So this is a good deal they are also developing. So in academics, I want to mention that you must have the writing, write something creative, write something analytical, then you will be able to develop your skill, and automatically all the challenges will be overcome by you. Now, whatever new subject will come, you have to also be accustomed with these new subjects. In your time also, another new subject will come. We have not studied the what subject we are teaching right now. We have not studied IPR also. We have not studied the cyber law also in our time, but we are teaching. So we have to grasp this subject now. Even in practice also, whoever has practiced in the court, who are practicing in the court of law, they have now studied all the new laws. So what they are doing, they are also studying. So this is a start. Learning, teaching, learning, and researching. These three things very important. These three things are very important for your higher academics. So I think you must have the mastery over all of these three things. Then you can excel in your field.
Thank you, sir. You have enlightened the core principles of the research or a researcher must have. So I would like to thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. I wish all of the best to all of you, and do excel in your field, and study hard and work hard also.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.